We're going to look at this fuse panel here because we don't see this very often. This one's 100 amps. It's got two types of fuses. It's got pull fuses, and that's your main shutoff. To shut off supply to the whole house, you want to pull both fuses at the same time. These fuses here, they screw in, and they're actually threaded just like a light bulb. The problem is they're all threaded the same size, so each fuse could be confused for another size. You want to make sure that each circuit has the correct size fuse for that circuit. You wouldn't want to put, for example, a 30 amp fuse on a circuit that's designed to max out at 15 amps. Otherwise, you're allowing that wire to overheat before the fuse ever breaks. This is a 14 gauge wire. You can see I've made this up. It's hard to tell because of the perspective here, but this is much smaller than what they have wired to each of these circuits. It looks like the 15 amp circuit actually has a 12 gauge wire. And again, the perspective is not really allowing you to see it, but I'm not gonna jam this wire in there too close just because I don't want to get electrocuted. So let's see, where's my 30 amp? If you go look up here at the 30 amp fuse, that's my 10 gauge wire. So again, 30 amps, 10 gauge wire. The rest of these circuits, I don't see a single 14 gauge copper wire in this panel here, just to show you. That's my 14 gauge. And everything here is at least 12. I've got 12 gauge and 10 gauge. So all these fuses here are good to go. We'll have a little look at the what they have here in the back storeroom of this basement. The current homeowner has everything set up here. We've got your 15, 30, and looks like you have some of your pull fuses right here. So it's good to have these on hand, you know, if you have an electrical emergency where the power shuts off because you blow a fuse, you want to be able to fix it quickly. It's not the same as with a breaker panel. You just go into the basement or garage or wherever your panel is and you just flip it back on. You actually have to put in a new fuse. So you just want to make sure that for a fuse panel, it's all set up so that the homeowner will not have a chance to put something in there that shouldn't be in there. Otherwise, that's where you lead to a fire hazard. If the wire overheats, it could melt and then your house burns down. So I just tell people, make sure that you're very educated and very careful when you change out the fuses. If you blow one, think twice about the size fuse that you're putting in the panel.